Hey guys, RexOverdrive here with another movie review, and this time we're talking about Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. This is the latest sci-fi film from Luc Besson. It stars Dane DeHaan as Valerian and Cara Delevingne as Laureline, and taking place several hundred years into the future, a dark force threatens the massive space station known as Alpha, a place home to species from 1,000 planets, and agents Valerian and Laureline have to identify this threat and safeguard not only Alpha, but the rest of the universe. Now, when it comes to Luc Besson, for the most part, I would say I enjoy his movies. The Fifth Element is by far one of my favorite sci-fi films. It's pretty over the top and cheesy, and that's kind of what I like about it. Ruby Rhod is the man. But even like Leon the Professional, that's kind of just like a fantastic movie all around. But the guy's had some misses in the past, but the guy's obviously not afraid to take chances. I really knew nothing about this movie going into it. I think I read that it's based on a popular French comic book, but just from what I got from the trailers, it just looked mind-blowing. It just, the visual effects just from the trailers looked so good, but I still caught those familiar like Fifth Element vibes. But the biggest praise I can give this movie after watching it is that it's just dripping with imagination and creativity, and going into this movie, that's what I wanted to get out of it, and it delivered that. But even aside from that, just the concepts and just ideas that this movie introduces is just so like mind-blowing, wacky, and just like innovative. It was just spectacular. The movie also shows you how this space station comes to be, and even like the inner workings of it and how it operates. But there's even this like weird, wacky like shopping market on this planet where you have to like phase in and out of different dimensions. Like, it's just some of the wildest and craziest shit. It just makes for such fun visuals to look at. And for the most part, I did enjoy the kind of playful banter back and forth between Valerian and Laureline, and Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne were fine as these characters, but it never felt like these characters had anything interesting about them. You hardly learn anything about their past or what actually makes these two so special. Like, why are we on this adventure with them? And you're kind of just spoon-fed a few lines about these characters while they're having sort of just a brief conversation, and they're just really hollow characters, really, that kind of have to get you from point A to point B. I also forgot that Rihanna's in this movie, and she kind of just shows up in like the last third of the film, and when she popped up, I was like, oh yeah, Rihanna's in this thing. And 15 minutes go by and she kind of just goes away, but like, she was like, everything that she was in those like 10 to 15 minutes is probably the worst part of the movie. Like, everything she was in could have just been ripped out of the movie, and I think it would have been a better movie, but even just her character was awful. Like, it's just easily the worst part of this film. In those moments that she was in the movie, yeah, there were some laughs here and there, but looking back at this movie in hindsight, those scenes that she was in really added nothing to the movie at all. This also just felt way too long. I think this movie is actually like 2 hours and 17 minutes, but at times it felt like it was 3 hours long, and I think if you would have just trimmed off like 15 to 20 minutes, I think this would have been perfect. But this is almost a movie that kind of solely relies on its visual effects, and yeah, there's underdeveloped characters and the story isn't that interesting, but the visual effects, they seriously rival Avatar, and just the concepts in this movie are just mind-blowing, and the fact that somebody made this up, this came out of somebody's imagination, is just incredible. In all the world building and alien races and all that stuff, there's just so much creativity put into that. I just think it's worth seeing, but I just had really high hopes for this. I just wish there was a bit more to the characters and script. I'm going to give Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets a C. Now guys, let me know what you thought of this movie down below in the comment section, and be on the lookout for my review of Dunkirk. I'm seeing that tomorrow. I cannot wait. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe for future videos. I'm RexOverdrive. I'll see you next time.